Has content planning ever felt really, really tricky for you? If so, I have a really cool workaround I've created inside Canva to help you with the process, because sometimes it's really just about getting your head around all the different steps and making a plan to make it happen. Because as business owners these days, we honestly really do need to be showing up on social media. And if it feels overwhelming, we're less likely to do it. So I hope this little trick, my process that I'm going to share with you today, will help make that a lot easier. So let's dive in. So hi, if we haven't met before, it is so great to have you here. My name is Jacqui and I am a graphic designer who loves teaching everyday business owners how they can use Canva and branding and design to elevate their business and to help them to feel proud of their business and attract the right people to their business. A lot of my clients express they really struggle with social media, but it is something that I actually quite enjoy most of the time. And that is because my head has got around it after 11 years of using it. And I wanted to give you a couple of tips and behind the scenes of how I've started planning my content inside Canva, and it's pretty incredible. The basis of this is that there is a new update inside Canva that came out in 2025 that allows you to add spreadsheets into Canva, and not only spreadsheets but also multiple size designs inside one Canva design. Instead of having to do one design for a reel, one design for a story, one design for a social media post, one design for this or that, you can put all of those into one design. And so it's really, really helpful for our whole process. So I'm going to share with you on the screen now an example of what we're going to make today to help you to kind of get your head around what is coming. Because if you're like me, it's kind of really great to know where the end result is, and this is where we're going to head. So this is a template that I've created inside Canva that means that I can plan out one whole month's worth of content right inside Canva. I'm going to step you through each of the different areas in this, so don't feel like you need to understand it all together now. But in essence, you can see that there is 1 month of planning here. We've got 3 posts per week. You can make this 10 posts per week, 2 posts per week, whatever you like. I do recommend showing up as regularly as you can physically handle without getting burnt out. Hopefully this process will help you to do so. And it shows you, it gives you places to enter in the type of post it's going to be, the style of the content it's going to be. This will all make sense soon. When it's going to get shared, its current status, brainstorming your idea around it, brainstorming your captions or your notes around it, and linking it to the actual design. Because what you can do here is you can see that I've got a post here, and this is the post that I'm going to share that I've actually created and written about in right here. Week 2, post 3. And if I click on this little link here, it's going to actually jump me straight to that page inside my one design. You can see here I've got a carousel post, and again that's just right inside this one design, and it's linked for me right here. And then thirdly, I've also got a reel, because you can make your reels inside Canva too. I personally love doing classic like little B-roll reels where it's just me doing something random at my computer or in life. I've popped that video inside here and added some text in on top, and again that reel has all been made right inside Canva, and I can link it all in this one big planning document. So let's dive in and show you how to create this from scratch. So make sure you're opening up a new design. So press create new design inside Canva, and you just want to start with a sheet. So click on sheets and just open up a blank old sheet inside Canva. Now I'm going to teach you a few tricks while I'm doing this in hopes that you can actually take this content calendar planner and make it your own. Make the design however you like, make the columns whatever you like, just make it work for whatever works for your own brain. But in essence, you want to add in a few things first. So first up, you want your heading. For me, I'm going to put social media, and I'm going to put in the month because I'm going to use this per month of my business, and I might just duplicate this per month that I'm designing for. So July, because that is when I'm recording this. I'm going to make some headings here for the different columns I'm going to share. Now, if you are going to post to multiple different social medias, for me, I just post to Instagram and then I share that same thing across to Facebook because I'm just really focusing and doubling down on Instagram. But if you have different platforms here, you can totally create another kind of column that talks about the platform that you're using. For me, I'm only going to use Instagram, so I'm not going to add that column in. I'm going to do types. This is going to be the type of content I'm going to share, whether that's going to look like a photo, or it's going to be a carousel, or it's going to be a quote, or it's going to be a reel, or whatever that kind of thing is. Next, I'm going to do the style of content. So for me, I'm going to have this, you could kind of put this in as a content pillar. If you're familiar with content pillars, it's kind of this idea that in your business, you might be sharing 4, 5, 6 different types of content. It might be behind the scenes, tips, personal stories, and kind of getting to know you, maybe transformations or testimonials from clients, maybe your availability, maybe what you do, kind of think about whatever your content pillars might be, and I've popped that into style of content. You can write content pillars, so if that makes more sense, let's do that for you here. Next, I want to have the date that I'm going to share it. So I'm going to have, this is the date I want to make sure that I post this content out, the status of this post. So when I'm designing or working on this, Is it ready to go, or do I still need to do something on it? The content concept or content brainstorm, I'm going to put that in here. Then I might put in here either notes or caption. And I'm going to put in here design link. I'm going to show you how to build all of this out very soon, but having these things in here will just help you to have that idea. Next, you want to decide how much you want to post. So I'm going to do 3 posts per week. So I'm going to write week 1, post 1. Now stick with me. I'm going to show you a really funky trick in a second. Week 2, post 1, post 2, week 1, post 3. I'm going to add in a gap. I'm going to even add in a gap. I'm going to actually add in a really big line when I do that this time. You have to say that. All right, I'm going to go week 2, post 1. All right, now that I've written a bit of an idea, I'm going to select all of this, and then I'm going to go to actions and press fill empty cells. And Canva's going to look at this and think, you know what text needs to be in here? I know, and pop it in. So it's going to actually look at what's there, and it's going to hopefully fill the cells based on what I've already got here. Look at that. Press insert, and it created all of the stuff that I need. So it's got post 1, post 2, post 3, week 1, and I haven't had to type any of that out. The dream. All right, now it's time to add in some drop downs. So what we can do here, you might have noticed in the example that I shared, is we can have drop downs. So you can select stuff that's pre-decided for you. This just helps take out the decision fatigue that starts to overwhelm you. So what we're going to do is if I press /, it's going to actually bring up this kind of action tab. It's the same thing as pressing this actions tab here. Do either one, it's totally up to you. I'm going to then go down to this section here called drop down. I'm going to select drop down, and I'm going to select create drop down. So unless you want to have a previous one that's already been created, I'm going to press create drop down. And if I click on this little arrow, I can now add in options into my drop down. So I'm going to go ahead and press the edit button here, type in my new name. So this might be photo, because that might be the type of content I want to do. Press tick, and I can then also change the color. I recommend doing this just so you can really see what's happening at a glance. I'm going to click on color, change this to purple. Darker colors I find better, or really bright colors are my favorite. And you can see a little preview here, and then press back, and then go to option 2. Text on design. When you've run out of options here, you can just press add new option and add in as many options as you like. All right, so I've added in lots of my drop downs here. I'm actually also going to click on this cell and make it bold, just so that my drop downs are bold. And now what you can do is you can copy this cell. So I'm going to select this cell, press Ctrl+C on my keyboard, or right click and press copy. Then I'm just going to select all of these cells by holding down Shift and clicking, right clicking, and press paste. And it's going to give all of these drop down options, so that when I'm actually going to choose out my type of post for each day of this week, I can click on my drop down, press photo, click on my drop down, press text, and I can select everything that I need. Now, if you decide after you've already filled in all of these cells you need to make a change, simply go into here, press on the drop down, say you want to add a new option, and you can see this purple option here. After I've edited one of these options or added in a new one, it's going to say update 11 similar drop downs. And I definitely want to do that because I want that to apply to all these drop downs. Even though I've already tweaked this one, I can now tweak it to add in the new option that I've added in. Next, we have our content pillars. So for me, I'm going to add this in by again going to actions, selecting drop down, and adding in my drop down options. I'm going to press create a new drop down, click, and edit my options. So I've added in some options now. So again, I'm going to bold this just to make it a little bit easier to see. And I'm going to press copy on this cell, Shift, select all, paste, and then I have all of my options. Or you could even just click on the empty cell, select the drop down option, and then you can choose the previous drop down you've already done. So this one here, and you can see it will fill in gray, which is kind of helpful if you wanted to feel unfilled in until you have purposely filled it in. All right, next up we have the date to share option. So this is where you can add in a date column. So again, you can press / on your keyboard, or you can hit the actions button up here and scroll to the date section. So you can see in here for insert, for your information, you have mentions. You can mention team members, have the date, which you're going to do now. You can have drop down links or a Canva design or a formula or magic formulas. But for me, I'm going to do date. I'm just going to again copy that cell, click and hold shift to select all cells, press paste, and then I've got all those dates options. And then I can actually just click on that date, choose that I want to post it on the 9th, and be good to go. Next, I want to choose the status. So Canva already has an option for this. So if I again choose actions, drop down, you can see the status option here, and you can add in any extra options that you want to, but these are a pretty good range. Copy, paste. And here are things that I'm just going to fill in later, and I'll show you these as we go. Next, let's get to formatting and making this a document we actually want to look at. This spreadsheets are pretty standard in terms of you can make things larger and smaller. I'm going to make these a little bit larger just so it feels a bit more spacious and open. So to select more than one, I'm just going to press shift and select all my columns. Select this to be a little bit larger, and it's going to make all of them a little bit larger. If I want to change the color of a whole row, I can just select the number here for the row, choose my color background, maybe make that green. Might choose to bold all of that text, and I might also choose to change the color of all of that text or the font of all of that text. Similarly, I can do the same up here. Make that full color, bold, make it white, change the color to change the font to Poppins, and then I can even make the text larger here as well. Now you'll see here that this is getting cut off. I can choose what I want to do with that. I can either make this column wider to fit it all in, or I can click on this column and choose how I want the overflow to act. Do I want it to get cut off at the end of the cell? Or if I click on it, it's going to wrap it, or if I click on it again, it's going to clip it. Click on it again, it's going to overflow it. So there's lots of options there. I personally like wrap for this one. You can also say you want to write in a lot in here. You can actually click on a cell and select multiple cells. Right click on that cell, on that selection, then press merge cells, and it will take away all those cells and make this one long cell. See? Beautiful. Something else you might like to do is format these particular rows. So you could either do all of these for week 1 and make all of these a slight color. For me, I might just even just do like a nice light color, maybe a light gray, and then maybe week 2 has nothing, and then week 3 has light gray in the background again, just to help separate things out. And maybe I'll choose to put a thicker line underneath my week 3. So I'm going to actually select row 5. I'm going to click on this border option. I'm going to unselect all borders and select bottom border. If I select bottom border, it's going to let me format just that bottom border. So I'm going to select this to be a dark green and choose my line style to be a little bit thicker. You can kind of see that starting to happen here. And if I unclick out of this, you'll see that it's put a really thick border underneath week 1. And I'm going to do the same here. Click on the border, click on the bottom border, change my color, and make that thickness nice and thick. Now, obviously, you can format this however you like. If you want some inspiration, Canva has some great templates available for different things. And so you can kind of see how they've done the different formatting and get some inspiration from there if you're feeling a little bit stuck with this. And obviously, you can lay this out however you like. If you prefer a different kind of view or a different kind of column, like the world is your oyster. Go to town on working out how can this work best for your brain. You get to customize this to suit however you want to work. Now, the next thing to know is adding in designs. So what you can actually do in Canva now is add in different size designs. So if I click on pages down the bottom here, it's going to show me all of my pages in this little bottom thumbnail view. If I click on this little up arrow or down arrow, depending on if you're hovering over it or not, I can select what size design I want to add in. So I could go to social media here, choose an Instagram post, and add in an Instagram post design right inside here next to my spreadsheet. So say, for example, for post 1, I want to do a text on design post, I want to do a quote, and I want to post on July. What I can now do is insert a design. So I'm just going to go do templates here and add in a random quote design to save you watching me do a full design. I can then update this to more of my brand color. And then we've got a lovely design here. Now, what I can now do is go back to here. I might say, quote on fixing Canva. And then I could write my whole caption in here. I'm not going to type it out now. I might choose to make this column quite a lot larger as well. And this will also resize depending on how much I'm doing here. Or I can personally resize it if I need to have some more customization here. And what you can also do is add in the design link. So if I actually press my / again, it'll give me options of what to fill it with. And you saw before there was a link option. If I press link, it's going to let me then actually, I can either type in a URL here, but that's not what I want to do right now. I actually want to select pages in this document and select page 2. Press done. You can either name it if you want to, or press done. And now when I click on this, it's going to bring me and jump me to that design, which means I'm just not going to get too lost when I come back later to schedule all of this out. Trust me, you'll need that. Something else that's also really helpful is that when you have color coded all of these, so say I just go in and I just select my drop downs. So what you can see here is I've just gone through and I've decided what my type of content is going to be and my content pillar. But because I've color coded this, I can begin to see if I've actually done a really good mix of content. So if I actually scroll down here, you can see, oops, you know what? There is a lot of content that's just text on design, text on design, text on design. Maybe I should cull back on that this week and change my content type. So I might say, you know what, I need a photo here. I haven't done just a photo for just a while, and I know they do well for my audience. I'm going to change that to a photo, and I might change this one to a carousel. And similarly here on this column, I've got a lot of testimonials, but I don't have much of my tips. So I might choose to put some tips in here instead because I can see at a glance what's missing and what I need to add in. And then once you're finished with your designs, so say if I go back to the one I have previously filled out, you've gone ahead and you've added in your caption. So you've got that accessible, you've added in your link, and you've chosen, you know what, I've actually already designed this, or I've scheduled it. Maybe it's done, maybe it's in progress, maybe it's whatever makes sense in your brain for these things to be. And then you can actually go in. You can schedule out of Canva. It's not something that I do, but I would just personally press share and download this as a PNG file. Or if you're doing a reel, then make sure you download it as an MP4 file. Download this. I usually just send it to my phone or download it from Canva onto my phone and post it and schedule it right inside the Instagram app. You can also use the Meta scheduling app or your favorite scheduling app. You can schedule right inside the Instagram app, which I find helpful because it can just really easily select all the different features and have it all there rather than worrying about, oh, this isn't here on this app and this isn't here on this scheduling thing. It's all just there. So I hope you found that useful. I would love to hear how you use this template or how you use this design. If you're one of my co-creation design club students, make sure you check in the template drop section of the portal because you'll see this whole template ready for you to just drop and use. If you want to join the club, feel free to hit me up. You can find all the links below there. But in essence, if you are wanting to create some sort of content strategy for your business, this is a great way to do it. And I can't wait to hear how it goes. Feel free to let me know in the comments how you choose to use it and if you find it helpful. And if you do want support with design and graphics for your own business and you are newer in business, make sure you hit me up inside DIY Design My Biz. It is my course to teach you all things Canva, branding and design for your small business to make sure that you can show up confidently, attract the right audience, and not waste hours inside Canva because you know how to do things right. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week for another video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like if you enjoyed today's video. All right, bye.